Life is precious, and we all have the opportunity of living it to the fullest. Unfortunately, so few of us know how to manage it all. How do we account for our opportunities? How do we account for our time? How do we account for our relationships, health, spirituality, homes, finances, influence, and careers? How do we account for the one life we have to live? I am so glad you asked. In this program, you will find answers to all of these questions and more. Welcome to the Account for Your Life podcast with your host, the healthy accountant himself, Jay Moore.
What's happening, everybody? I want to welcome you back to another episode of the Account for Your Life podcast. Jay Moore, the healthy accountant, helping you to account for your life. And today, here's what we're talking about: how to accomplish more this week than you did last week. You know, this is an interesting topic because I'm going out on a limb today, but hopefully you'll get the message, and we both will be able to benefit from what we're going to talk about today. So, as I was thinking about and reading the word, and allowing the word to transform my life, and allowing the word to to give me insights that I didn't see necessarily from reading the words, I saw something. And it wasn't just this morning that I saw something. I saw something yesterday, and I probably saw something a couple of years ago. And it's leading me back to one thing. It's leading me back to a word called time. Are you familiar with that word, time? What is time? What is time? And time is something that we all get every single day. What is time? Like, what is it? Time is continual sequence of existence and events that occur in an apparently irrevocable succession from the past through the present. Wow, that's an interesting one. So let's just think about time. Time continues. It's kind of like, we was in time a second ago, right? A second ago, well, we were in the present. And every time, look at that. Every moment that we are alive, it becomes the past. The past is happening in an instant. So when we think about accomplishing things, the first thing we got to think about is time, because time, we won't get any more of it than we're going to get, which is 24 hours. And 24 hours, it's going to come and it's going to go. Now I can think about yesterday. 24 hours came and went. We're already 9 hours in today. What did I get accomplished so far? Nothing yet. I'll have this accomplished at the 9 hour and 20 mark. I'll say, wow, I finished the podcast. It took me 9 hours to do it. You see where I'm going? So to accomplish anything, right, is to realize that there's time involved. And because there's time involved, everything. Wow, I've got people at my house, I've got kids in my house, they're playing around, and I'm not sure if you can hear them, but I know they're pretty loud. But anyway, time is everything. So we got to realize, okay, how much time do we really have? Let's think about this. How many hours do you sleep? Right? How many hours do we sleep? Typically, I sleep somewhere between probably around 7 hours a night, at least 7 hours, 6 to 7 hours a night, but more likely 7. Last night I didn't get 7 hours because it got in late, but 7 hours. So if I'm sleeping 7 hours every single night, then there's 17 hours left over. Now there's 17 hours to do everything else we have. Let's go into the Word of God real quick, because the Word of God is going to help us to really put time into perspective, even though it's not talking about time. And I'm going to read in James chapter 4, starting at verse 1. You'll get it when I get to it. It says, "What causes fights and quarrels among you? Don't they come from your desires that battle within you? You desire, but do not have, so you kill. You covet, but cannot get what you want, so you quarrel and fight. You do not have because you do not ask God. When you ask, you do not receive because you ask with the wrong motives, that you may spend what you get on yourselves." All right. There's no time in there, but there's time in there. Because here's the thing. Our time is limited. Our time, the time you get and the time I get is going to be limited. Now, we don't know. If we came to the world knowing, okay, James Moore, you're going to expire on this particular date. So Use your time wisely. Now, here's the thing. If you knew, then you can kind of mess up. And then you can say, you know what? All right, I'm not going to be here much longer. Let me go ahead and fix myself together. So what the writer James is getting us to see, he says, look, most people are misusing their time because of how they're thinking. Most people are thinking about the desires that they have within them, and it's a lot of times it's causing problems. But if we were to come to God and say, hey God, you know what, I don't know how much time I got, but if you would bless me and and help me to be able to do the things that you want me to do so that I can please you, why don't you do that? Why don't you do that for me? And that's going to be good for you. So a lot of times we're thinking about ourselves. Just think about this. Like, oh my goodness, I got to pay this bill. I have these problems. Got all these things happening in my life that is all about me. But here's the thing: if we're going to accomplish more at any given time, we got to look at time, and then we got to look at the reasons. Why do I need to accomplish this thing? Why? Key word. Why do I need to? What? Why is it important that I need to accomplish this thing? Guys, if we're living outside of the reason, the purpose for which we've been created, here's the truth of the matter. We're basically living. We're living for ourselves. And if we're going to accomplish more this week, then we got to say, you know what? Let me put me to the side and let me figure out how can I be more of a blessing to other people. The person that is the blessing, the person that is living their life for purpose and living their life so that they can help and advance and be more valuable, that person gets way more done. Why is that? Because they're living from a place of unselfishness. They're living from a place where they're saying to themselves, you know what? What's the point in just having money? What's the point in merely being successful in all the things that I would like to be successful in? What if I could help 10,000 people be successful? What if I can help 1,000 people be successful? What if I can help another one person be successful? Wouldn't that be a good use of my time? So when we go forward and thinking about, let me accomplish more, let me do more. All right, why am I going to do that? Back in 2014, when I was just a budding, new business. So I call myself new because I didn't really know what I was doing. I said, man, I really want to help a lot of people. How can I do that? Now, I don't remember the prayer that I had that day, but I said, you know what? What if we could help 10,000? What if there was 10,000 people? Now, 10,000 people in the grand scheme of things, when we got 8 billion people on the planet, that's nothing. But what if we can help 10,000 people? What if that was actually something that was possible? Man, Lord, all right, this is what I would like. Will you allow me the strength? Will you allow me the wisdom? Will you allow me the understanding? Would you give me the words? Will you give me the influence? Would you give me all that I need to be the person you created me so that the 10,000 people that you hear coming out of my mouth, those are your people. Why don't you allow me to help you with those people? Would you do that for me? See, now what happens is the reason why we accomplish things is going to mean more. It's going to seem like, wow, there's so much that, we can do in this world when we're all thinking about the others, when we're all thinking about how we can become more. Hey, what's going on, Diana? When we're all thinking about, what's the point in me just living for me? So accomplishing more, there's vain accomplishments. Yes, and I get it. But at the end of the day, if we could accomplish more and then enlist others so that they too can accomplish. Now that's something to really look forward to this week. So look, we got this is the last week of March of 2023. It's never coming back. How much more can we get done this week? How much more can we accomplish this week so that the rest of the year becomes the best year ever? I believe that if more of us did that, I know that the accomplishments would be so great that, man, you couldn't write books about them. And when Jesus Christ left, what he did was he left the blueprint. He left the blueprint that one person with a few people can make change in the world like never before. So I hope you guys were blessed today. And I hope that, you look forward to this week and accomplishing more so that you can be the best, do all the things that you were created to do. And look, at the end of the day, you will have things have more things to distribute. God bless you guys, and I appreciate you. And I will see you guys on the next episode. What's happening, peace? I'm Rick. I see you out there. Peace out.
Thanks for joining us, listening friends. We are so glad you invested this time with us. Always remember, you only have one life to live, so live it to the fullest. This has been the Account for Your Life podcast with your host, the healthy accountant himself, Jay Moore. Until next time, make it a great day.